everyone, welcome back to the channel. Now, I normally don't do these types of videos that we're going to do today, but I figured, you know what, this is the time of year where new models are coming out for the 25 model year. Dealers have old stuff sitting on the lot that they need to get rid of, and maybe, just maybe, this is the time of year you can score some big car deals. So what I have behind me is a 2023 Lincoln Aviator Reserve 1 all-wheel drive, radiant silver, metallic is the color, sandstone leather interior. Now this particular Aviator was sitting on the dealer lot for 355 days. And now with the 25 redesigned Aviator out, which we just saw on the channel the other day, these vehicles are burning holes in dealers' pockets sitting on the lot. So today we're going to talk about the kind of deal you can get on a 23 Lincoln Aviator. Maybe it's not the car you would want, but just imagine picking something you're interested in. Finding an older one on the lot if you don't care about the new 25, the new tech, the new redesign, and you need something that's going to fit into your pocketbook, fit into your budget. Maybe you can apply the same tactics to a different vehicle you may be interested in. So let's dig in. Now the front end of this Aviator Reserve 1, the color here is silver radiance metallic. Obviously full spread of LED lighting up front. It is a Lincoln with that chromed up Lincoln grille here on this Reserve 1. Separate housings for your DRLs and headlights and turn signals. Now, as we come around, wheel and tire setup on the Reserve 1, this does not have the larger wheel package. So what we have here is a 20-inch machined aluminum alloy wheel with the Lincoln badge on the center cap. Now these wheels are wrapped in Michelin Primacy all-season tires, 255 on the width, the 55 series sidewall 20s, all four corners, all-wheel drive. As we move on back, I think the silver radiance is a really cool looking color, especially when you're going to bling it up with a little chrome. I think it goes well. The Aviator call out on the front fender, gloss black side view mirrors, LED turn signals, 360-degree view cameras, color-matched front and rear door handle, left side fuel filler cap. Up top, color-matched roof, shark fin antenna, panoramic sunroof. Rear end of the Aviator, again, the roof spoiler coming off the top with the wiper tucked up underneath that. Full spread of LED lighting in the back as well. The Lincoln name right across the back of the tailgate. We have that quad tip chrome exhaust look, which I think looks cool. But overall, I think it's a sharp looking Aviator. Under the hood of this 23 Aviator Reserve 1, we have Lincoln's 3-liter EcoBoost V6 engine mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission, 400 horsepower, 415 pound-feet of torque, MPG 17 in the city, 24 on the highway, 20 combined. The engine's minimum octane rating is 87, so you can run this on regular unleaded gas. We'll take a quicker look at the interior, but the front door panel, we're going to go with this chocolate brown look, which I think looks nice. The sandstone leather, looking beautiful. We do have 30-way active motion power seats. That means massage. 3 memory seat settings. Down further, you have your gloss black with flat black on the switchgear with power fold mirrors. The 28-speaker Revel sound system in a nice large door pocket. Illuminated Lincoln door sill placed to welcome you to the vehicle. The footbox nice and large with the Aviator all-season mats. Sandstone leather seating, all rows, nice and soft. The active motion power seats looks beautiful. Good looking vehicle on the inside. Now as we take a look at this window sticker, that's pretty beat up. As you can see, you got the 23 Aviator Reserve 1, the standard equipment across the top. Your options, a lot of them. Base price, over $10,000 in options. MSRP, $73,125. MPGs and crash ratings made in Chicago. Now we're going to start this thing up. Push button start right up here on top. We have our chimes that go off. Very nice. And now what we're looking at here is a 10.1-inch iPad style Sync 3. Wired CarPlay Android Auto with your maps right here. It's not going to be as responsive as the new system in the 25 Aviator, but you know what? When you're looking for a deal, you can't exactly be picky as far as some of the things that are in the vehicle. This does have Sirius XM as well as HD radio, AM, FM, Bluetooth music. So that's all set there. It does have the built-in nav, Bluetooth in your phone. We can go to our settings. It does have, as you would expect, ambient lighting, which you can go ahead and pick the color that you would want. Right now we kind of have a color matching the interior up on here, but it is not daytime. You can adjust your seats. The swipeability, really good for Sync 3 as well. And then if you go to reverse, you got the 360-degree view cameras, super clear with trajectory, looks good. So that's a good deal too. Down below, we have this wood veneer, and this is real wood, volume, tuning knobs. We have dual climate with 3-stage heated seats, 3-stage ventilated seats for the driver, front passenger, and also heated and ventilated seats in the mid row, as well as your heated steering wheel. We do have USB-A, USB-C, a couple of cup holders, drive modes, electric emergency brake, huge soft armrest, and when you open that up, that's where you're going to see your wireless charging pad in there, as well as a 12-volt. Steering wheel wise, it looks good, right? You got the sandstone, chocolate brown, leather combo, nice and soft, looks good. You have your volume over here. This is where you light up your cruise control buttons. There you go, on or off. Digital dash, telephone voice commands, paddles if you want to manually shift, directionals and high beams, front and rear wiper, down underneath here, pop the tailgate, adjust your headlights, brighten, dim the dash. And we also have an electric tilting and telescoping wheel. So there's a good deal. And then you have your digital dash right there, drive mode action. What do we got? Well, we have slippery, deep conditions. You got to go back the other way on the dial, normal, conserve or eco, sport or excite, and there you have it. So we're going to leave this in normal, and then you have additional information. You can go through, you have a comm screen, you can bring up additional information you may want to see. Now as we come on up to the overhead console, zoom out, shades, LED lighting, panoramic roof, there's the controls right there, garage door programmables. We have LED vanity lighting, slides, everything you may want to have in this Aviator you have. Let's take a quick look at the back door panel. Same action as the driver with the security shades. Nice and soft, looks good. The door poppers are right here, but there's an emergency release on the front door. So for some reason the battery's dead and these door poppers don't work, your manual release is down there in red to get out. So they got you all set there as well. But we got the captain's chairs. So we have a 2-2-2 configuration, 6 people, executive seating, plenty of room for head, shoulders, and knees, leather, 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 seat pockets. In the back, here we go, command center, where we're going to go heated and ventilated seats for both captain's chairs, as well as your rear climate control in here as well. And you can turn on that third row, make sure everybody is cool in here. Stick that on auto and you're good to go. We have 2 heat and air vents down here, USB-Cs, and a home power source. Cup holders, an area to hold stuff right there in the middle. Captain's chairs, same beautiful sandstone leather, huge armrests. Third row is down right now. but you got 2 in the 3rd row. The cargo area, you come right here, there's a picture of your Aviator right there, and you just hit the button underneath it. You got electric assist on the way up, electric assist on the way down using this button. Rear seats are down, so you got plenty of room in here. Space underneath there, under that panel underneath the carpeted floor mats is your spare tire. 12-volt, power fold the 3rd row up or down or together, so we can power fold them up just like that. Pop them up like this. Now you're all set for your 3rd row, 2 across. In the back there, though, as you can see, we do have a heat and air. We do have cup holders, but there's no connectivity in row number 3 in this 23. And then we can just power fold them back down again, and we can go back to the way it was. So nicely done, looks good. With the mid row and the 3rd row down, you're looking at just under 80 cubic feet of cargo space in the Aviator. We're going to open up our shade and hook up our GoPro, and let's take this baby for a drive, and we'll talk about what kind of deals. All right, so we're in the Aviator. We got great visibility out the windshield, side glass, side view mirror, rear window, no problem. Blind spot monitoring, cross traffic alert, lane keep assist. That's the Lincoln Copilot 360 is in here as far as that stuff goes. So they got you covered for safety with the exterior LED lighting up front and out back. Now, things that this Aviator does not have, it doesn't have a head-up display at the Reserve one. And it doesn't have a digital rear view mirror either at Reserve 1. Obviously they can be had, but it's going to cost you more. Just like you can do the 22-inch wheels on here instead of the 20s, but that's going to cost you extra as well. So let's give you the story on this particular one. I was in the market for a luxury SUV. Now I had an Infiniti Q50 Red Sport 400 that I've had for, I guess, about 18 months. And it was fun to drive, but on longer drives, even though it was comfortable, my back would ache quite a bit. And I have scoliosis, I have a bad back, and I need something that's really, really comfortable. And frankly, I kind of like SUVs. I like the extra space. And I've always liked big luxury cars, without a doubt. Whether it be Cadillacs or Lincolns, or even your luxury cars from BMW, Mercedes. I love that nice luxury experience. But I said to myself, if I'm going after a luxury vehicle, then I gotta look at stuff that's just lying around on dealers' lots that isn't selling. And one of the, I want to say, worst selling luxury SUV models out there is a Lincoln Aviator. You know, it's a very, very expensive vehicle. You saw the MSRP on this. Let's round up, say 74 G's on this particular Aviator. But it had been, look at this guy passing me on a double yellow. What a douche. But anyway, if we look at this and say, all right, am I going after an Aviator? And if I am, what's the oldest new Aviator I can find on somebody's lot that isn't objectionable as far as the color goes, or maybe the exterior color, the interior color, something that I can live with, because I can't be picky about color, whether it's exterior or interior, if I'm looking for deals. And I think that's true with any leftover you're trying to look at. You can't be all that picky when it comes to color. You can't even be all that picky when it comes to equipment. So I did some homework, and I used the one website which I really like, which is called Car Edge. And I think you see Car Edge videos all over YouTube. But they do a really nice job in tracking vehicles, how long they've been on the lot, what is the sales rate, are they fast selling vehicles, are they slow selling vehicles, that sort of thing. And the Aviator, one of the slowest selling luxury SUVs out there, ticked that box. It's not objectionable to look at. I think it looks like a good vehicle. It looks like an Explorer, and I like the looks of the Explorer. So check that box. And I said, what dealers around me have some Aviators? So I looked around, and there were a few, but the closest one to me was Ciocca Ford over in Lawrenceville. And so I said, okay, what do they have? Well, they had two 23 Aviator Reserve ones, one in this silver color, and the other one in infinite black. And I know I really didn't want black. And then they had a 23 Grand Touring, which was the plug-in hybrid Aviator, which Ford stopped making because, boy, were they too expensive, and boy, did they were even worse when it comes to sales. I go over there, check it out, and drive it. And the amazing thing to me was this vehicle had been on the lot, like I said earlier in the review, 355 days. And it had 9 miles on it, which is delivery mileage, which means it sat on the lot for almost a year, and not one person, not one test drove the car. Not one person. Maybe people looked at it, but they never drove it. Because with 9 miles, that's miles coming off the assembly line, that's miles running around the factory lot, that's putting it on the truck, getting it off the truck, moving around the dealer lot. That's what that is. So I said, all right, nobody's even test drove this thing. So I did the test drive. And the first thing I like to do is I want to lock in the price of the car before I even talk about trade-ins. So I locked in the price of this car. And what I did was, to give myself an idea of what it's actually worth, you look up Lincoln Aviator depreciation, 2-year depreciation rate. Now, that's going to be about 20%. So the vehicle, as soon as you drive it off the lot, is now a used car, right? So now, being a 23, this thing is going to be worth 20% less than MSRP. Now, that's only 59 grand. Now, I knew I couldn't get the vehicle for only 59 grand. I was going to have to pay more than what a used one was going for. But I said, how much can I push the dealer? What are they willing to let this car go for, considering it's been on lot 355 days, and they have a floor plan interest rate they have to pay. So every 30 days, they got to pay interest on the car sitting on their lot to the bank. And so they had been paying interest on this vehicle for like almost 12 months for it to just sit on the lot and not sell. And that means they're highly motivated to get rid of this vehicle. Now, the difference between MSRP and dealer invoice on a 23 Aviator is $3,500. So there's $3,500 worth of profit for the dealer in there, right? Basically between MSRP and dealer invoice. I said, how much below dealer invoice can I get this, since this is burning a hole in their pocket sitting on their floor plan for this long? So I offered 64 grand on this vehicle, thinking, all right, what are they going to do? Right now, if we round up to 74, now I'm 10,000 under MSRP, and I know that they're going to have to sell it at a loss if they want to sell it to me, because I'm not paying anywhere close to MSRP for a 2-year-old Aviator that isn't selling, right? They come back to me at 67. I'm like, all right, that's a good shout, considering they're losing money on this sale already. That's a good shout. Plus, I knew Lincoln was doing 0% money for up to 72 months. 0%, right? So pretty much free financing, no interest, for up to 72 months on the 23 Aviator. So I had that in my back pocket. And I said, all right, And then I said, what kind of rebates are available? You're offering me 67. What kind of rebates is Lincoln offering on this vehicle? Right? And so now, on top of what they're giving me at 67, the Lincoln rebates were $4,000 on this car. So now, after the dealer is taking money out of their own pocket to sell it at 67, I get $4,000 in Lincoln rebates on this 23 Aviator. And now the price is now 63 after the rebates. And now we talk about trading. Now that I got the price locked in at 63, including the Lincoln rebates, now let's talk about the Q50 Red Sport 400 trading. Now, Infinity's brand strength isn't great, but neither is Lincoln's. And they want to get rid of this car. So I know I got leverage on the trade too. Now I know that my vehicle is worth, a 23 Infinity Red Sport 400 is worth somewhere in the high 30s to 40 grand. So I'm like, all right, so I said, you know what? I'm going to go at the high side. I want 41 grand for my trade. It's only got 4,000 miles on it, something like that, in 18 months. Late model. It's a fun car. You need to get rid of this Aviator. Let's go. Let's go. So they come back at 39. And I said, all right, that's a good shout. I said, I'm at 41, you're at 39. Let's split the difference. Let's go 40 on my trade. Took them 2 seconds to say okay. So now I'm at 63 with 40 on the trade difference, $23,000. That's it. Because I didn't owe any money on the Q50 trade. I owned that car free and clear. So now we're at 23,000. Now I know we got to add in tax, so we have to add in Jersey sales tax, have to add in the New Jersey luxury tax, since this is a luxury vehicle, so we got to add that in. We got to add in the dealer dock fee, which I'm not in love with, but it is what it is. Got to add in the New Jersey tire tax. That has to go on there. So after the taxes were done, we're at like 26 G's. And change. So let's say 26. So now we take this 26 grand, and now since there's no interest, it's easy to figure out your monthly payment. So I said, you know what? Give me the 0% for 72 months on the 26 G's. Because you know what? I'm not going to take money out of my investments where I make an interest to buy the car, because I can get free money from Lincoln for 6 years on this vehicle. So you take the 26 grand, you divide it by 72, and you get $361 a month in change. So we round up to 362. So 362 on the Aviator per month, 72 months. That's it. Done deal. Sold. That's how the deal came together, and that's what I wound up paying for this vehicle. So now I got a monthly car payment at $361, but I can pay it off anytime I want, but I got the free money from Lincoln. So what's the point of rushing to pay the car off? Liquidate investments at 5-6% interest to pay off a 0% loan financially doesn't make sense. I'll use the free money. I'll use the free money. So even though you may not want an Aviator, you may want something else, you can apply that type of reasoning and logic to maybe a car that you want. This was not a deal that the dealer gave a YouTuber that had a YouTube channel, because frankly I got less than 13,000 subscribers. I'm not a big channel. I don't have that kind of pull. I don't get press fleet vehicles sent to me every week like some of these big channels, right? That was a deal I did on my own, and it's a car that I like, but it's a low interest brand, a low interest model that had been sitting around for almost a year, burning holes in the dealer's pocket. So you can apply that to, let's say, anything from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram that's sitting around, right? They're dying to sell vehicles, right? But again, like I mentioned earlier, you can't be picky about equipment. You can't be picky about color, interior amenities. You got to be flexible because you're looking for something that's left over that nobody's bought yet. And it drives really, really well. I mean, really well. And this 3-liter EcoBoost V6, 10-speed automatic, shifts smoothly, right? I got the 4-year, 50,000 mile bumper-to-bumper warranty on this Aviator, as well as Ciocca threw in 2 years free maintenance at any Ciocca dealership that I want to go to have it serviced. Let me know what you think about this deal, but also if you're in the market for a leftover, now's the time to try to strike while car dealers are trying to get rid of excess inventory. And if you really want a really strong deal, then you need to move into a lower interest model or a lower interest brand like Lincoln, like Stellantis in general, because they are lagging behind in sales big time and they want to sell vehicles. Infiniti, desperate to sell cars, new ones. Got a lot of leftover inventory with the new 25s coming out. So there are areas, there are brands you can go to get smoking hot deals right now in this car market as far as buying a new car. So let me know what you guys think. If you have a story of your own about a smoking hot deal that you got on a car that you bought, put it in the comments, share with everybody, share with me. But I do want to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing and turn on that notification bell so you'll never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.